Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about Amazon's new tiers. They just announced this April 14th, and it's kind of like the tier structure that Redbubble did a few years ago, where they separated what people are getting paid depending on their tiers. So I'm going to go over what I know about it. They just released it, so I'm going to go into the announcements in this video as well as breaking down the price points. So they didn't actually break it all down. They only showed one of the tiers. So I'm going to show you all three tiers in this video, the difference in prices, and mainly for t-shirts and hoodies, because that's the ones that's most popular to me. But they have all the breakdowns in there. I'll show you where to find it. And then we're going to talk about what you can do, or how do you even get in these tiers and move up and down. So lots to see in this video. Let's get into Amazon Merch on Demand right now and just look at the announcement. All right, so here I am on my Amazon Merch on Demand dashboard. You can see the messages right here. I'll zoom in so you can see it while I read it. It says beginning 6/1/2026, that's coming up in June 1st. We will introduce royalty incentive groups for sales in the US store. So just usstore.com. Content creators who generate a high percentage of US sales from driving any non-organic traffic will have their royalties increased, which sounds good, right? Content creators who generate a low percentage of sales from driving any non-organic traffic will have their royalties decreased. So I'm going to show you later how much you're getting decreased and how much you're getting increased according to this. And content creators in the middle will not see any changes in their royalties. Non-organic traffic consists of any traffic we identify as being driven by you, including via ads, whether on or off Amazon, or social media. So those are the two things that they're talking about. You can do free social media or ads, paid on Amazon ads, Facebook ads, whatever ads. And then royalty rates for sales outside the US stores, UE stores, and JP stores are unchanged. So just Amazon.com. Content creators will receive an email in the coming days with their current royalty group, which is subject to change based on performance. Moving forward, content creators will be emailed prior to each earnings period if their group changes. So you should have got one. I've gotten one. I'm in the premium group. Go check your email if you don't know what group you're in. I actually I did a poll on my YouTube, and I found out where people are. And this is just 30 or so votes, but this is where most people are according to the ones that voted. And a lot of them are on the ends, like creator and on the premium, and not many in the plus, which is the plus is the one that's not getting changed. So kind of sad seeing both of those, or seeing the creator ones, so many creator ones. Lastly, to learn more about royalty groups, please visit our royalties page. So let's go there now. So this is the royalties page, and if you scroll down, you'll see all of them. Again, I'm going to break down the t-shirt and the hoodies, just the main standard t-shirts, but here's what they did. They just did the standard t-shirts, creator tier royalty, and then you can times this by 2 or 2.16 to get the other ones. So I did the math for you. They didn't. They want you to do the math, but I'll show you that. But let's read some more here. So I think this kind of tells you more about what this is. So the new changes again. So subject to the terms of the agreement, you earn a royalty on every product sold by Amazon in the Amazon store. Your royalty is based on your product's offer price less an applicable tax and less Amazon's cost, with a multiplier applied based on your royalty group. Not simple, right? But basically they're telling you what you're gonna get. The following changes to the US store will take effect 6/1/2026, like we saw on the other one. For sales in the US store, we offer 3 royalty groups with tailored rates based on your performance driving sales. Again, same thing that we talked about. Now here they're naming the actual tier. So creator tier, standard royalty rates, example royalties are below, plus enhanced rates for creators who actively drive at least 15% of unit sales with non-organic traffic. There you go. And premium, highest rates for top performers who would drive at least 35% of unit sales with non-organic traffic. So they really are pushing to get more traffic, not just the organic, which was, I kept telling people Amazon's the best because they have the best organic traffic. Now Amazon's actually saying, no, we want more traffic. We want you to drive traffic to these things and we'll incentivize it. To be eligible for the Plus and Premium groups, you must sell a minimum of 10 units per month in the US store. Your group is automatically updated monthly based on your trailing 2-month average or non-organic traffic-driven sales. When you change royalty groups, it may take up to 2 business days after the start of the earnings period for the new rates to go into effect. Royalty group definitions and rates are subject to change anytime. I think that's with anything. Accounts that have not generated a sale in over 1 year may be transitioned into an inactive status, which is interesting. Start engaging in traffic driving behavior to unlock higher royalty rates and maximize your earning potential. And this is interesting that they put this. Amazon costs include materials, production, fulfillment, customer service, returns, exchange, and resources required to detect and prevent fraud. Fulfillment costs, including picking and packing and product. Basically, they're trying to tell you why it's costing so much, because they're doing all these different things, which I am grateful that they're doing a lot of those things. But I'm going to show you what I think in this, so stay tuned at the end. Like the base price, if there was a base price, whatever it is, I'm going to make up one because there is a price where you can go to 0. So I'm going to make that 0. I think for the standard, I think it's $13 and something. For standard t-shirts, for hoodies, it's about $25. If there was just that, and then they gave us the increase each time, because it doesn't cost them any more as we increase the price, right? It shouldn't. So I'm going to show you that breakdown as well. So stay tuned to the end. So you can scroll down here and you'll see the standard. And if you go to the premium, you also have the premium creator tier royalty. And we scroll down, we got the comfort color one where we kind of, there we go, creator tier royalty. So you can see very, very low. Long sleeve also has creator. So every single product, I think, is it just apparel? I don't know. Let me check some more. Pullover hoodie, yes, there's a creator one. Zip hoodie, yes. Let's see, sweatshirt. Let me scroll down to see if there's anything other than apparel on here. Performance, pop sockets. Pop socket, yes, even pop sockets. So it's not just apparel, it's anything. Pop sockets, phone cases, creator royalty. Tote bags, creator royalty. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but this is where you'll find it. And again, you can do the math if you want to know what product you want to get the royalties on. But basically, like they said, your royalties are basically cut in half if you're a creator, because the 2x of this is where we are now. So that's kind of it. So let me go to a table that I made for these so you can see them side by side, and so you don't have to do the math, at least for the standard or the pullover. Let me know if you want to see all of them. I can probably make a PDF for all of them and blast that out. But it's only going to be good for a little while because prices can change at any time. So I could make that, and I don't know how long they'll last. But let me know if you want a PDF of all the products with all the different price points like I'll show. So I'm going to go into something that I made here with the tables so that you can see not only the creator one, but the plus and the premium, and then all of them together. Okay, so first, the standard t-shirt, which we saw our current royalty right here. And this is the creator tier royalty. So you can see basically in half. So what we had before at $15.99, today we got $193 royalty, $19.99, which I like to price at. You got $4.89. But if you priced it and you were in the creator tier royalty, you would only get $2.44. So everything is cut in half for the creator. Kind of sad. Even at $25, you only get $4 royalty. And my guess is that prices are going to increase. We'll see. I hope it's not a race to the bottom again. Like you do, I know there's a strategy where you price at the very lowest possible and then get your sales there and then bump it up. I wonder if we're going to start seeing more t-shirts at the very higher prices at 25 and so on. Time will tell. The next one here is the Plus, which is basically the same. I times the thing by 2 and I got really close to it. They'll probably just keep it the same. You can see 92 instead of 93, 40 instead of 41. I was off by like a penny, and it's probably because I needed to round up or round down. But you can see very similar. So Plus tier doesn't change for what we have today, which is good. I think no change is good. But here's the change for the premium. So premium again is 2.16, so not very much more. So you can see for $19, I get $5 instead of $4.89. You get $5.27. Not a huge jump, but it's significant as you start making hundreds of sales, right? Times 100 or whatever. 25, you get $10. So not quite a dollar difference, but it is an increase. Like they said, it is an increase. I wish it was 2 times. It's funny that the creator one you get chopped in half, but the premium one you get 0.1 more instead of 2 times more. I don't know the logic behind that. So here's the all of them together. So purchase price, right? Creator 96, and then Plus and premium all together. So you can see the difference of them all together. On the $19.99, the creator would make $244 and the premium would make $527, which is crazy difference, right? So yeah, a lot like Redbubble. It reminds me of Redbubble and TeePublic right now, which is interesting. When you sell a $20 shirt, you get $4 royalty, and it's less than that now for a $20 shirt on Amazon. It used to be, or currently it's like $6, but now even less than TeePublic, which is kind of lame. So yeah, not really good for all creators. Now I wanted to show you one more thing. Now here's the one that I was saying, like, if you price at $13.38 today, you get 0. So I'm going to make that the base price. And let's imagine in the future, or if they could just give us the difference. Like, that's what everybody else does, like Printful and Printify kind of do that, right? They don't charge you extra for selling more or selling at a higher price. They give you the difference. So the difference of $13.38 from $15.99 is $2.61. We're not even getting the difference on premium, and it gets worse as you get higher and higher. Look, on the $19.99, the difference is $6, and we're getting 5 here. The difference is $12 at $25.99, and it's only 10 at the very highest tier, premium tier. So something's going on. They're not increasing it as you get up there. They're actually taking even more as you get higher and higher. They're taking more from you, which I'm not sure why it costs more as you just increase the price. It's interesting. It's not even a percentage. It's kind of a weird math that they're doing there. So that's standard t-shirts. Let's look at hoodies, my next bestseller, which is hoodies. So here's hoodies. Again, same thing, current royalty, you can see pretty much cut in half. So a hoodie, I usually sell it at, I like to do 35, somewhere in between here, getting $7 royalty. But for the creator tier, only not even $4. So in order for you to get even $4 royalty, you have to be somewhere in between here, like a $36.99 now for them. Whereas you can hit the $6 kind of in here in the 32 area. So kind of crazy. It's a premium product, and I think most people will pay over, around 30. I've sold some at $35. But again, you're getting it under $4 sale, depending where you're selling. But usually it's right here, under $4 a sale for hoodies. That's crazy. Okay, let's look at the Plus, which is exactly the same as today. Here you go. You can see I times it by 2, and yes, sometimes it was off a penny, but almost exactly the same as the current royalty. No changes there for Plus. And again, a lot of people are going to be Plus. I know when Adam and Philip did their survey in their group, a lot of them were either Plus or Premium, but I think it's because that's a paid group, and most paid people are probably also doing ads. They're probably in a higher tier. When I did my survey, I think I'm getting a lot of people who are just starting, and they're probably creator because they haven't gotten to a point where they can pay ads or use any ads or things like that. And here's the hoodie royalties for the premium tier. Again, I did the math, 2.16 times the creator one, which gives you just a little bit more than here, but not much, like still just cents, right? 33.99, 645, 697, 790, 850. Well, that seems like 50 cents there. Yeah, there's over 50-cent jump for a $2 jump, and this one's over $1 jump, which is nice. Okay, let me show you again, dreaming about if we had a base royalty or base price. So here are them all together, plus my imaginary base price of $25.05. That's the base price you can make it today for 0 royalties for pullover hoodies. And let's imagine that they gave us the difference from that. Again, look at the biggest difference here. $4.94. Here are all of them together. Creator plus premium, and this doesn't exist, by the way. I wanted to show you kind of how much you would get an increase if that's what they did, which I think they should do, but we have this weird math where they, even though it increased $2 from 29 to 31, do we get a $2 increase? No, it's less than a $2 increase. From 31 to 33, it's $2 increase. Did we get a $2 increase here? No. I mean, you can do that easily in your head. It should have been $7.42, but it's $6.97, right? And so on. So here you can see the jump. Is there a $2 increase? Yes. Is there a $2 increase? Yeah. $2 increase? Exactly. So every time you get a $2 increase with the increase in the price, which makes a lot of sense. Now I know they said it's because they do all these other things, but if they can do it at the base price, I don't understand why they can't do it at the, maybe they're giving us a break at the base price. Who knows what their math is. So there you go. There's all of them together. So there you go. Hopefully that was really helpful for you to see those tables. Again, you can do it yourself. Let me know if you want to see all the products in tables like that. I could probably make a PDF and put it on there. But what do you think about it? I think it's good for the premium, I guess, that already are using ads. It's no different, and you'll get an increase. I feel really bad for the creator ones. Not only did they start off at tier 10, and now they're going to have lower prices. It's just going to make it really hard for someone who's just starting out on Amazon, I think. So there are different ways. Even if you don't have Amazon ads, you can put it on social media. If you have a social media presence, you can do it on Pinterest and things like that, X and so on. Lots of different ways where you can drive traffic, whether it's going to get you sales or not. Not sure, but there are different ways on there. We're going to have to kind of be creative on how to drive more traffic on there. It's getting harder and harder for Amazon, people who are starting off on Amazon, and hopefully there's more good news in the future for Amazon Merch on Demand. I'm crossing my fingers for that. So hopefully this video is really helpful for you. Thanks for watching. If you want to see another video on how to design for Amazon Merch on Demand, I'll put my latest video right here for designing. You can look at text-based t-shirts. I'll give you 5 examples there. And as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.